What's good, guys? Prince Sports here. Drink the coffee, it make you feel better. Here's the thing about the NBA draft. It took place 2025. It's in the history books. And you don't know who's going to be who. The number one draft pick could be a bust. Or the number one draft pick could live up to the reputation and become a multiple-time all-star. Go from an all-star to a superstar franchise player and one of the best players to ever play basketball. But only time will tell. So the Dallas Mavericks draft Cooper Flagg. Now, Cooper Flagg has potential to be an all-time great, right? He has potential to be a franchise player. And only time will tell if he could reach that ability, right? He could be the next big thing in the NBA. At least a consistent top 5 player in the league, right? And he has a whole generation to show people. And we going to get to see his talent up close and personal. So he's one guy that has good potential. Then you have the son of Ron Harper. Now, Ron Harper's an NBA champion. He's a great basketball player, but he never amounted to be an all-time great. And his son, Dylan Cooper, I hope I'm pronouncing, Dylan Harper, I'm sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He has potential to be an all-star for countless years, right? He's on a team like the San Antonio Spurs. They could develop him, and sky is the limit for him. But I don't see him being like an all-time great, a top 5 player in the league. He's going to have some seasons where he's playing his best basketball, and he's going to be an all-star for a couple of years. That's his ceiling. But then there's a shocker. There's Ace Bailey, okay? Ace Bailey is going to go to the Utah Jazz. Ouch. That's like being stuck in basketball hell, going to the Utah Jazz. But I think he's going to be a good player in the league for years to come. A countless player that could be an all-star for countless years. He's 6'8". He wants to work on his ball handling and defense. So that tells me that's a guy that's going to become a Tracy McGrady style basketball player. All right? Now, Tracy was never known as for a good defensive player, but he has that ability to be a two-way player, a Kawhi Leonard style player, a Paul George style player. That's his ceiling. He could reach that ability. And I think he could be the face of the Utah Jazz because, quite frankly, who else is going to be the face of the Utah Jazz? You know, the Jazz suck. But on the same night of the draft, we got players.
My name is Jeff.
Now, also on that same night, you got players like getting drafted by the same team several times. The Brooklyn Nets had a shitload of draft picks tonight. They're a team that's missing a lot of things, but a player could step in there and become their franchise. The Brooklyn Nets is building themselves from the ground up, and that's what I like. They're building themselves through the draft. Now, the OKC has some draft picks tonight too, but they can't keep all these players, so they had to trade some players off. And I just learned something from watching this draft. The OKC Thunder have 15 players on their roster, and none of them are free agents, meaning they could come back with the same roster again next year and try to win an NBA championship. So if anybody has opportunities to going back to the finals because they have the same roster, it's the OKC. But then again, we said the same thing about the Boston Celtics. Now, you have to ask yourself, at some point, somebody has to two-peat and go to the NBA Finals. So you just don't know who it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be any player or team from this generation to go to the finals back-to-back. But that's just me. But if I could rate this draft pick, this draft night, I'm going to have to give it 3 stars out of 5. Now, just for the simple fact that it didn't have a lot of F factor. It didn't have the 2003 style draft pick, right? That was loaded. That's a draft class that was loaded, right? I don't know if we're going to get that. That may come like once in a generation. All right? Because a lot of those guys that was drafted, okay, say they're doing firecrackers. I can't even film a video without somebody making noise because you live in the inner city. It's chaos. It's like fucking Walking Dead outside. There's always something going on. What? I don't know what's going on. Somebody getting their car breaking into. Zombies are walking outside. It's dangerous outside in them streets of Los Angeles. But as I was saying, guys like D Wade and Carmelo Anthony, they were like known before they got drafted in the NBA, right? They had that in factor. They had that, oh, this guy is going to be good. And combined with a LeBron James, what gave you the idea of saying, hey, this draft class is going to be loaded. I never got that with today's NBA draft. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, 3.5 stars out of 5. Solid night for the first round of the draft pick. I'm out. Peace.